Hi everyone, it's ARTvent here and ARTvent Day 3. Today we have a little bit simple project, but I still think it's cute and I love shaker cards lately, so yeah. We have wintry scene closed in shaker, so to create that I used SnipArt trees chipboard, and all the chipboards that I will use today are from SnipArt, and all the links you will find on my blog and in the description below. I'm using gray chip markers because I'm not the biggest fan of green, so I decided that I can buy green ones from the cheaper line and sneak them with my more expensive ones, and it turned out that they were great. So if you want to try out alcohol markers for coloring stamps or adding accents, art journal, whatever, maybe start with the cheap one, and if you like the way that they are blending together, they blend really nicely and the transition is so smooth and it's so easy. But yeah, if you want to check it out, just buy the cheap ones first, and if you like them, extend collection with more pricey ones. I would not recommend coloring chipboards with more expensive markers because they are soaking so much ink, and if you saturate them really nicely, the blending is just amazing. And I love this part of footage with real time, so you can see that coloring the tree is not so hard and it doesn't take so much time, and the blending and the effect are really nice. I really like it. I'm really happy with this project. It's also nice thing for beginners because you can color your trees with alcohol markers, with your watercolors, with any kind of paints, anything that will add the color will do. The crayons, even the regular kids school markers. The effect of this winter seems really cool, and I think that card itself, it's so cute and it turns out so nice. I really like it. It's hard to catch in camera because it will have translucent sentiment, but in real life you can read it really easily. So I'm coloring my tree, and when I'm happy with my blending, I will show you on close-up how nicely colors go from the lightest one to darkest one, and to have this nice blending just through the lightest shade, then the darkest, and then add some middle tones, and to smooth out all the harshness, just go all over it with the lightest color, and it will smooth out everything and blend it perfectly. And you can go ahead and add more accents and blend them again. And I really like this alcohol marker effect on chipboards, and I strongly encourage you to try it out. All the elements inside the card are colored with alcohol markers, and those are all some kind of cheaper brands, because I chose all the tones that are not my favorites. For all skin tones, for all colors that I use a lot, I'm buying more expensive ones as they blend a little bit better, and they have nice brush tip that I really like for coloring stamps. But for chipboards, I don't mind using those harder ones. So I color it in all the elements that I'm planning to put inside my shaker. Now it's time to create shaker itself. I'm starting with frame. It's layered chipboard and it looks so nice in projects, nice sturdy and dimensional piece. And I painted with 30 knots white gesso, and then to the top layer I'm adding 30 knots iridescent splashing that will give really nice coat of this sparkly holographic glaze, and I really like effect with combined with white and winter themed project. SnipArt have few designs with those layered chipboards, and they all look really amazing. You can really pop out the design and have amazing focal point. To layer them up, I'm using white glue, and then I left it for a dry. I wanted to put my frame a little bit offset on the card base, so I taped my stencil. I went with embossing paste and I sprinkled a little bit of embossing powder on top of my paste. It's iridescent powder, so it gives really nice effect in real life. It's hard to catch it in the camera, you can see that, but it adds a little bit of sparkle to my background. And for the sentiment, I went with foiling. I really like this effect, for it gives you really nice metal-like accent, and it looks amazing on chipboards and in background. I'm using here two-way glue, I think it's Zig one, and I have also Nuvo one, and I'm using Nuvo gilding flakes, and I really like this effect. You just apply the glue, wait until it's dry and tacky, then you apply foil, a little bit of pressure, and just brush out all the excess of foil. And if you have some boo-boos, you can really easy fix them up with glue and foil leftovers from your desk. And we have really nice and shiny accent that we can add to our work. This video is the third part of my ARTvent series, so every day I'm posting video or I'm streaming something, so you can find all the links in the description box, including my blog post when you have plan of all videos and streams. So let's go back to our project. To create shaker, I'm using double-sided adhesive. Now I adhere really nice thick foil under my frame, and this foil adding so nice sturdiness to my project. I can easily mail it with regular post in flat envelopes, so it's a really cool project to recreate and send to loved ones for Christmas. I'm adding double layer of 3D foam. I'm double up on foam because I want to build this scene inside my card. So I'm just assembling all elements into a little scene inside my frame. I'm cutting out everything that is stacking outside, because whole scene is supposed to be inside, and then I'm placing it on my background. I accidentally messed up the background that I prepared here, the one that I originally planned to make like offset card. I put it into ink, so I just trim it out around the embossed background, and it looks so nice with this iridescent glitter. So I decided to add a little bit more winter accent. For snow, I'm using the same embossing paste. I put it into the plastic bag, and then I just apply it here and there, just like the snow on the trees, branches, and a little bit on my frame. To have really cool effect, add a little bit of snow also inside the frame. That looks like the beginning, the base of the trees is covered with snow, and it even add more depth to the project. So I added my snow accents and left everything for it dry. Of course, I sprinkle it with the same embossing powder, but this time I didn't heat set it. I just left it for it dry. When it was dry, I trim it out because, as I said, I messed up my card base. So I decided just to trim out my panel as it was already done and put it on the another card base. Inside my shaker, I have a little bit of pen art, really light micro 3D balls, and a little bit of seconds. And I just put my frame on top and secure it with acrylic block to make sure that everything will stack nicely together. Then it's just adding sentiment. It's the one part that it's left, and I used here a SnipArt chipboard element and 30 knots translucent sticker, and it's hard to read it on the camera, but in real life it really stands out because it's a little bit matte. So to finish up my project, I added a few falling snowflakes with Nuvo glue, and that's it, it's finished. Yeah, so thank you for your attention. Today I have a little bit raspy voice because I just came back from classes from Italy. It was so awesome. It was my almost last classes this year. I still have one to go. Thank you for playing with me in ARTvent, and if you're creating some works together with me, tag me on Facebook or Instagram. And that's all for today. See you tomorrow. Check out the description box and have a nice and creative day. Bye bye.